Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We are talking about Love Hotel, season number 1, episode number 4, Wreck-It Ralph. Totally appropriate name.
Totally appropriate.
Yeah. We start out with the men all eating breakfast, and they're talking about what Ashley had said the night before, that she was kind of interested in Ralph and the look on Ralph's face.
What an ego boost for this guy, huh?
Yeah.
Come on. He's feeling
Holy
himself.
shit.
He's
Yeah,
feeling
totally
himself.
feeling himself. Chest was out, puffed
Yeah.
out.
Feathers
Definitely
roll,
was.
flying on the tail.
He was peacocking it.
He was sweet.
Totally shocking. Totally.
Luann is the first one to enter, the first of the women to enter the room, and she goes right up to Earl and she asks, like, what was said to Shannon that you got her so upset, because she wanted to protect Shannon. I think it's interesting with Luann. Like, she says she wants to protect Shannon, but then in the little confessional, she thanks her for giving the key to James.
Yeah.
Because she's really vibing with James, and like
Yeah.
Shannon being Shannon's like, well, if Luann wants him, I'm never going to get him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earl says it was just a little blip, and Luann's like, well, it was a serious blip.
Bad blip. Well, she said it was a bad blip because I have my own feelings about this. We'll get to it.
Okay. Ashley goes up to Jason and wants to talk to him about last night. And she starts telling him that one of the reasons that her relationship didn't work, her last relationship, was because of the whole throuple situation. Because Jason had mentioned that that's how he met his last girlfriend, is that they were together. And
Ashley and Michael were not in a throuple. Ashley and Michael were a married couple who let other people into their bedroom.
yeah, no, I know.
And they had certain rules, but that's not a throuple. Like, this guy was actually in a relationship with 2 women. That's a throuple. It wasn't
Right.
like they had a revolving door of strangers who would come in and out of their bedroom.
No, I agree. But I think it just, for her, she felt like that was a problem, and that maybe that's not something she wants to do in her next relationship. She doesn't want to bring another person. She wants to feel special, and she wants to be intimate with just one person, that she wants to be their center of attention.
But do you think he was indicating that he was interested in doing that again?
No,
Right, that he was down
it was
for it?
Just the fact that he'd done it once before.
Listen, she said that she didn't judge him, and she thanked him for being honest with her. And I think, she wasn't judging him. She just was thinking in her head, like, the same thing she was thinking about Wale, is that, listen, first of all, these men have never had children, and they don't know what I've experienced. I did have a bad experience with my last marriage because we did bring other people into it. Maybe that's not how I want to start a new relationship. I just think she's really thinking, to be quite honest with you. I don't think that she is just going after what her heart says. I think she's trying to use her head.
Yeah. I didn't think she was judging him. I just thought interesting she'd be triggered by that just because he said he had that experience. Because I feel like I think that their 2 experiences were totally different from each other.
No, I agree.
I think what Wendy's saying is true, except for I think she's thinking with her coochie when it comes to Ralph.
Sure.
Definitely.
For sure. But
Her coochie
mine would be going after Wale or Jason, not Ralph.
Definitely picked Ralph.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, then Earl goes to Shannon's room to talk, and he apologized for what happened. Shannon says that there was other people at the table that were listening, and, she was kind of embarrassed. They don't, she doesn't like to have those conversations in public. He was admitting the same thing, like,
Now,
he said he could have.
Do you guys think that he needed to apologize to her?
No, I didn't.
And do you think that anybody would have been talking about it? He was on the other side of the table. He was on the very end. Her reaction is what prompted people to start talking about it, because she's the one who got loud.
I think he needed to apologize because he's the one who's trying to win someone's heart.
Right.
I think for
I
that
agree
reason
with you.
alone. I think for that reason alone
And
is
to
why
stay on the show, he needed
right,
to
is
apologize.
why I mean, Shannon's not going anywhere.
Right.
So if he wants to stay and he wants to try and win Shannon's heart, then he needs to go apologize because that's how it works,
Yeah.
right?
No, that is
Right.
true.
He said that he handled it poorly and he hopes that they can get past it. And, she kind of admits it. Like right now, she's rethinking everything, which, you know what? I think that's good. I mean, at this point, this is all she knew, right? From
I
Love
think she's
Hotel?
rethinking everything because Luann said that he's not sophisticated enough for her. I think that's what got in Shannon's head.
There's more than one thing, too.
Yeah, it's just much ado about vegetables. That's all I got
I mean,
to
all
say.
this over vegetables?
Much ado about vegetables.
Her reaction was over the top to him saying, "I don't eat vegetables." There's a lot of people out there who do not eat vegetables.
But I can understand.
Exactly. And we have never accosted you at a dinner because you didn't want
No,
to.
yeah, no. I mean, you can be
And
like
she looked at him like he was, you know, I don't even know.
evil incarnate. Yeah, you can just be like, "Wow, dude, you don't eat vegetables?" I mean, you can be shocked by it. You can be, but it's not an evil thing. It's not like he's not a total asshole because he doesn't eat
Exactly.
vegetables. Like, "Okay, dude, good for you. You're a grown ass man. You don't eat your vegetables, don't eat your vegetables.
And
I'm
he
gonna
just
munch on
said
my
it very
carrot."
matter of fact. Yeah, he just said it matter of fact, like, "Oh, I don't eat vegetables." He wasn't like, "I don't eat vegetables." That's
Right.
not how he said it.
No, that is not how he said
No,
it.
no. Like I said,
It's not
much
how he said it.
ado over vegetables. Shannon just
Yeah,
needs
Unbelievable.
she just needs to chill the fuck out.
I
For
agree.
sure. For sure.
Then Joel comes out and he asks how the date was under the stars. Shannon says it wasn't great. And then Giselle chimes in and says it was not good last night. She wanted to tell Earl to leave. Like she all of a sudden got very protective. But, it wasn't her place to because she didn't give him the key. I was like, whoa, Giselle, I really I didn't see that coming from her. I really
Me
didn't.
neither, because I think it's ridiculous. You're gonna
Yeah.
tell the man to leave because he doesn't like vegetables. I mean, it's insane.
I think it was more because I think it was more because Shannon was crying.
It was
And
because of Shannon's reaction to
it
the
was,
whole
yeah,
thing, which
it was
again, I
because of
think was
Shannon's
over the top.
right. It was because of Shannon's reaction. Right.
Yeah.
Dale,
I am definitely seeing a different side of Shannon on this show than we see on OC.
well,
Well, I think it's the exact same Shannon. I think she
ask you.
overreacts to everything.
That's what I was
No,
gonna
I think
ask
it's
you
the same
guys
Shannon we've always seen.
because I don't watch that show, so I don't know. That's why I wanna ask you guys. Is this par for the course? Is she drama queen-esque? She
No.
just seemed
I
like
think
a
she
little,
is.
You think she is?
I think this is the same Shannon. I think everything about her is the same. She's quirky.
Yeah,
She's
for sure.
she likes things a particular way. I don't know. I just think this is the same
she just seems
Shannon
like somebody who gets her panties twisted quickly.
over stupid shit.
Feel like
Over
she's
stupid shit.
Yeah,
and
it's
you know
just
what? This is even silly for me to say. I feel like she's so judgmental on this show because there's something else in my notes. We'll get there, but I guess you're on a dating show. You're trying to find somebody, so maybe you should be judged. So maybe she should be judgmental. I just, again, I think her reaction was over the top to the vegetables, but I'm starting to feel differently about Shannon than I did with her on OC. But she also just had a amazing redemption season on OC coming off that DUI. She did all the right things. So I was just a huge fan of Shannon on the last season of OC.
maybe for
And
Shannon,
she stood up to
vegetables are a big
camera.
deal. Who
Vegetables are
knows?
clearly very important to Shannon. Lemons and vegetables.
think I think after listening to her talk to Earl, it's more of the things that were wrong in her old relationships.
Yes.
She felt that she would get ghosted by these people. They'd stop talking to her. They'd be mad at her. There was not an open line of communication. They were more in a power position.
Yeah.
In every other relationship she's had, she's never been the one in the power position.
Right.
And I think that now she's at a point where, listen, I'm on Love Hotel. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to be the one who's bending over backwards to make. If I don't like something, I'm going to say it. Like that's just how she is. You know
Yeah,
how she
like she's
gets
in
like
the
with her little
decision-making seat.
right, and
Yeah.
she should be doing that.
Yeah.
Like I think she's doing fine. That's my opinion. So then Joel tells him that they're each going to do an excursion, and they're going to get to do a one-on-one date for their excursion. and Luann starts out and she asks out James. Ashley asks out Wale. Giselle asks out Phil. And Shannon asks out Adam because she's not been on a date with anyone except for Earl. And you could see Earl was crushed, but I think she made the right choice.
I do too.
I think she made the right choice.
Absolutely. She needs to get out there.
Even if that didn't happen at dinner the night prior, she should have chosen somebody else just to kind of see what happens.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why she's there.
Yes.
Spread the love, baby.
Did you guys notice Jay's Hot Dad Summer t-shirt? Jay was wearing a Hot Dad Summer t-shirt.
I did not notice
No,
that.
I
That's
didn't
so
notice
funny.
that.
Awesome. I think we should all get those for our husbands.
No.
It was so funny.
No, you're not getting one for Jamie?
No.
Huh? He's not going to have a Hot Dad Summer?
I'm sure Eric would wear it.
Eric would wear the shit out of that shirt.
Eric.
Yes.
I don't know if Bill would wear it, to be honest with you.
If you told him to, he would wear it.
Yeah, well, that is very true. He does listen.
Yes, he does, especially about clothing.
So they go to Wild Canyon Park, and Shannon and Adam are going camel riding.
I loved Luann's tips for her.
Yeah, I did too, because she's
Did you see the flashback of Luann on the camel?
Yes, she almost died.
On one of the episodes.
Yes.
Old Roni.
Yeah.
That was scary.
That was scary. I would ride a camel too.
She rode it well.
Yeah.
I would ride a camel. I would go in the ATV. I would ride a camel. I would not have done what Ashley and Wale did. That zip line. They did the swing bungee.
Yeah, they did the swing bungee. James and Luann did the zip lining.
Yeah.
And Phil and Giselle did the four-wheel ATVs.
Yeah.
I thought the giant swing thing looked kind of cool, to be honest with you.
I thought it looked great. I just don't have the balls to do it.
And I think I would do all of them. I would try all of them. Why not? The four guys that stayed back were Ralph, Earl, Jay, and Jason, and they did their own little confessional. It was a little awkward though.
Yeah,
the three of them sitting on the couch. Yeah.
Adam and Shannon are talking about last night at the table. That I love this about Shannon, that she had noticed that three people at the table put their napkins on their laps. And one of them was her, the other one was Luann, and Adam was the third person. And that tells you a lot about Shannon.
Yep.
Right there. That tells you a lot.
I do that. Do you guys do that?
Yeah, that's something I would have noticed.
If it's a cloth napkin, 100%. If it's a paper napkin, I do not put a paper napkin on my lap. I'm sorry.
I think I do it for both.
You do? I just don't, because it always falls on the floor and it's stupid. I'm like, why am I putting a paper?
That's true.
Why it's on the floor and then I have no napkin?
Very flimsy. The wind picks it up. That is true.
And then there's no napkin.
Exactly. Then you're screwed and you got to ask for another one.
Exactly. I don't know that I would have noticed it, though, to be quite honest with you. I don't think I would have noticed it.
I wouldn't have noticed it.
You think you would have, Laura?
Yeah, I would. I think I would have noticed that, actually. Yes.
Okay. But I think that was a good indicator for what Shannon's looking for, right? James asks Luann what she's looking for, and she said someone who's kind. I was like, kind? All right. Then James tells this really weird story. He says it's a true story.
Because she said she's looking for someone with a big pee-pee. And Tess was watching this with me, and I looked at her. I said, "You know what she's talking about, right?" She's like, "No." I said, "Private plane." And then Luann said it. I think that's what prompted him to tell the weird story. But yes, go ahead, because it was weird.
Okay, so yeah, it was cringy. Said, I have this story to tell you, and it's a true story that him and his father were in Italy, and his father went to the men's room, and there was this guy in there, and he came out of the men's room, and he tells his son that the guy said to him, "You have the arm of a baby." And Luann said, "Does that mean it's hereditary?" And he said, "Well, maybe there's something we can explore." I was like, what?
Yeah, well, I think they did that night, by the way.
Well, she was not even put off by that at all.
Luann, yes. Did you watch What Happens Live?
I didn't finish. No, I just got a little bit
I'll just tell you this real quick because it's funny and it's appropriate. Ashley said that she feels like her, Shannon, Giselle, and Luann are the girls from Sex and the City. She's Carrie.
Yeah, that was funny. I saw that.
Shannon is obviously Charlotte.
Yes.
Giselle is Miranda. And Luann is Samantha.
I agree with that.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Totally Samantha.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
So funny.
It was I mean, listen, James says he wants to be with someone who has children, and then she asks him how many children he has, and he says 4. Then we see Giselle and Phil, they're talking, and she's saying how she's like an empty nester, and he's saying that he is kind of also, but his 20-year-old son is still there with him right now, and that's one of the reasons that he really didn't do too much dating is because his focus was his kids, which I admire that.
Yeah, we get it.
Absolutely. Now
Yeah.
I wanna ask you
Not that we're in a
guys,
position to date, but we would have put our kids first had we were.
Yeah,
do you see them as a couple?
I
No,
do.
I think Giselle
You do?
sees dollar signs.
Well, yeah, because I
Yeah.
think that that's what Giselle
For sure. She's looking for a house in Bel Air. I don't see them together at all. I think he's a
Yeah, I
good
don't
catch. I think he's a handsome guy, but
I
I
just
think he's
yeah, just
sophisticated.
I think
to
he's too
me, they
sophisticated.
just
And
yeah, they just don't
I think
to me, they
Giselle
don't
likes a bad
match.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's
No, I
bad enough for her.
agree. No, I
Right. He's
agree
not
with
bad
that.
enough for her. Not that she doesn't deserve someone sophisticated. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying she needs somebody with a little bit of an edge, and he doesn't seem like
And
he's got any edge.
he has no edge. It's a round ball.
He's all smoothed out.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
all
I
smoothed out.
totally agree with that. I agree with that. Ashley thinks that her and Wally needed time together. So I guess this is after they get no, it's not after they get back. It
Well,
must be because she
yeah,
says to
because they're all
him,
sitting. Oh, okay. Because then
yeah,
they were
because
all sitting together talking about their dates.
yeah, because then she says to him that she has not kissed anyone else here. And he gave her a note, another note, which was nice. And she likes that he's continuing to engage with her. And then they all go back and they're talking. And Luann's really liking James. Ashley admits to them that she gave Wale some tongue today when they were kissing. And Shannon says that she likes Adam, but she thinks he's young. I don't even remember how old is Adam. I didn't think he was that young.
He
Yeah, I'm
can't be
not
much
sure.
younger than
He's
her.
got to be in his 50s, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
you
she's
think.
60. Is she the oldest one there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shannon
right?
is the
Yeah.
I
oldest,
think
yeah.
so, yeah.
Gis Giselle says that Phil has an RR in his garage, Rolls Royce, I guess not Range Rover, Rolls Royce. Then Ralph goes up to Ashley and says, he wants to touch base with her about that comment that she made the night before. And they sit down and Ashley said, "Well, I meant what I said." And Ralph said, "Well, I never thought that like this was even a possibility." And he said, "If it's an option, I would like to pursue it." And Ashley said, "Well, that Giselle is, her good friend." And then who comes up? Somebody comes up.
I think it's Adam. Wait, is it Adam?
Let me see. Adam.
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah, because he's the one that winds up. Yeah,
So
he tells somebody about the kiss.
yeah, so Adam comes up and she kind of excuses herself and says that she's gonna go to bed or she's gonna go upstairs. Well, I don't know what she said. But then she starts to walk away and she's like, "But I really like this guy. And maybe I don't have a lot of time. And maybe I should go back." And she goes back and they start making out.
So she said on Watch What Happens Live that when she started walking away, it hit her that Joel could come out in 5 minutes and say, "Okay, elimination round.
Right.
Right.
Who do you want to stay?" And she was like, if I didn't go back and explore that, I would have wondered.
Right.
This is my question to you guys. Like, I know you're on a TV show, I know it's a dating game, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, like, I wouldn't just, like, suck face at the bar. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's what you're supposed to be
I
doing because
think
it's
there's
TV
certain
show, but
housewives who will do it and certain housewives who won't. And
yeah,
Ashley's a housewife that will do it.
that will do it. I don't know.
Definitely. So is Luann.
And Luann.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see Giselle and Shannon doing that. I mean, we did see Shannon kiss Earl, but it wasn't like a full on.
Right, it wasn't a
I mean, it
full
was
on.
like, I don't necessarily want to see it, but
Yeah.
if it has to be there, fine.
Right, right.
But
Yeah.
Ashley's the one that will do it for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just not
I agree. Ashley's the one that would do it.
hence why I'm not a housewife sucking face at the bar on TV.
You don't want to kiss on camera?
It's not my gig. Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, yeah. Ashley said she had to go to shower. That's what she said. So Shannon's talking to Adam,
My
and
God, I
she's
got to tell you real quick. I'm sorry. But so Tess was watching this with me, and we see Ashley go back, and Tess goes, "Come on, man. She's not going to kiss him. He's wearing hearing aids for crying out loud."
I never even noticed.
I don't know if he really was.
yeah. I don't think he was.
Well, maybe she would just meant his
He's so
age.
old. He's so much
Oh,
older than her.
I was gonna say, I didn't notice any hearing aids.
I'm gonna
But
have
I
to look
mean, she
back.
doesn't
Not
know
that
about
there's anything
Michael.
wrong with wearing
No,
hearing
not
aids,
that there's
people, but
anything
she
wrong
just
with him.
meant he was so old.
Right.
He's way better looking than Michael. I think Michael was just as old, wasn't he?
He's way better looking than Michael, and they
I
put a
know.
side by side on Watch What Happens Live, by the
Oh,
way.
I saw that. I was like, "Oh,
But Giselle said that Michael had a lot more money,
Yes.
yes."
So
right?
maybe they did the side by side on this show.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
I'm
they did.
wrong.
I think they did.
Yes. She did say that, Giselle.
Yeah, she said Michael had a lot more money.
I guess it's all about the
Let's see.
flow with Giselle.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Yeah, I know. Watch What Happens Live. What do you call it? Ashley also said that she would, consider a lavender husband,
She did?
What is that?
A gay
like a gay
husband.
husband, and
Oh,
she was said, "Andy, just thinking about you." So it's like, "Oh."
cha-ching. Cha-ching if you have Andy as your lavender husband.
Ashley admits to Giselle that she kissed Ralph in their confessional. And Giselle asked how it was, and she said it was very good.
So what do
We
you
see
think?
Adam and James.
Do you think Giselle is still interested in him? Ralph?
Yeah,
You think
I
so?
do.
Okay.
I think she's
That's
a little more
curious.
interested in Phil now.
Okay.
Yes, I think she's more interested in Phil. I think I
Okay.
mean, even when Luann heard that when Ashley told Luann that she kissed, and Luann's like, "Well, I mean, Ralph said no to me for Giselle, so like,
Oh, yeah, she did say
Right,
that.
right. Yeah.
so like, you know,
I don't think any of them are gonna be after Ralph anymore
of Ashley."
because of Ashley, and they're all looking for the same thing, right? They're all looking to be number 1, and he's, got his feathers up and feeling
Yep.
himself, and they're not gonna like that.
No, I agree.
I mean, it was weird when he goes to the room. Well, we'll get there.
Well, Ashley in her confessional, when she is talking to Luann, she's like, "I don't know how to navigate this and be respectful." And that's when Luann said that she was turned down, and maybe that he's going to be the next Harry Dubin.
My
Which
God, that
Uh,
was
so I don't, Lori, you probably didn't know this, but in New York City, Harry Dubin was dated Aviva Drescher.
married to her. They went
Right?
through the whole thing. He married
yeah,
Aviva.
yeah, I
Yes,
saw that
He proposed to
on the show.
Sonia. He
yes,
slept with Luann, and he made out with Ramona.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I mean, the only one he didn't hit was Bethany.
Exactly, exactly. So I thought that was hysterical.
So funny.
Ashley's still admitting that she still needs to wait and see what she feels for Ralph. It was just a kiss at this point. She also said she still really likes Wale. And then all of a sudden, Ralph knocks on the door while she's having this conversation.
Now, whose room were they in? Do you remember?
I don't know if it was Ashley's room or Luann's. Like, we don't.
Giselle. It was Ashley and Giselle. So I don't know whose room he
Right,
went
right. It
to.
was Ashley and Giselle. I don't know if it was
Wouldn't it be
Giselle's room
funny
or
if it was
Ashley's.
what if
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like I want to know whose room did he go to? Who was he going to talk to? He was going to talk to
Right.
someone, and he didn't know the two of them were in there unless the producer said
Well,
they're
Yeah,
both in there. So here's your
it is a
moment.
produced show, so who
I'm
knows?
sure
Yeah,
that's what happened.
that's probably exactly what happened. All right, well, we cracked that case wide up.
And Ralph admits that he did tell Wale what happened with
Yeah,
Ashley, which I thought, listen, that's a stand-up thing to do. I mean, listen, he's going to find out. Everyone's talking about it.
yeah, it's
Right,
on
right.
camera.
Right. Might as well be the stand-up guy, right?
Wale definitely was not digging the fact that she kissed him and then kissed Ralph. He just thought that lacked decorum.
That was his word,
That
decorum.
was
I
his
agree with him,
word.
to be quite honest with you. I have to agree with him. She was wearing the same clothes. She didn't brush her teeth. Then she kissed Ralph. Like, she had just kissed him. I mean,
Brushing the teeth comment was like,
ooh.
Mhm.
I mean, she said right to her face, like, maybe you could have done it the next day. Like, you had to do it, like,
that's what I
Right.
was thinking. Only because she made that comment to him earlier in the day on their date. I haven't kissed anyone else here.
right.
Right.
That night. She didn't know what was going to happen, but yeah, like, couldn't it have waited?
Yeah,
But like she said, she wanted to seize the moment because she didn't know what was coming the next day.
right. Well, then Joel comes out and he says tomorrow there'll be another elimination. So tonight they can just, spend time with whoever they want.
Mhm.
And then Earl walks up to Shannon and asks her to take a walk. And she's like, nope, Adam and I are going to go take a walk.
Yeah, she's ghosting him now.
You could see his face. He was so defeated.
Yeah. For sure. And then she brought Adam to her room, and Luann brought James back to her room.
Yep.
And then Ralph and Ashley were kissing again.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
I think James and Luann hit it that night.
You do?
I would think so. Yeah.
What about Giselle and
maybe
Phil?
not, because even on Ultimate Girls Trip, she waited until the last night to hit it with the chef.
That's
So
right. She did
maybe
wait.
not.
She did wait till last night.
Yeah.
And what about Giselle and Phil? I mean, they haven't even kissed yet.
Mm-mm.
That's why I'm not feeling like a vibe between them.
Feel like, listen, I kissed, well, I don't even want to tell you about our first date because we laugh about it now. I mean, Eric and I definitely kissed on the first date. We did not have sex. That's not what I'm trying to indicate here. But
you don't have to tell us this. You're not obligated.
I'm just saying, I feel like all of them who went on those individual dates that day, they all should have kissed. You're on a date.
Right.
You should have kissed. You should have kissed. Not only are you on a first date, but you're on a compressed schedule.
Yes.
So she asked you out on a date and you're competing with other guys. Kiss her.
Yeah, like
find a moment and kiss her.
Who was it that was with Shannon?
Adam.
Like, what
He
are you
didn't
doing?
kiss her.
What are you doing?
Even when she brought him back to her room, which I don't think she was looking to do anything because that's not Shannon.
But when they were
when he was leaving, he kissed her on the cheek.
You could just tell she wanted him to kiss her. Like, what are you doing? Bust a move.
That's what I'm saying. You're on a date. All 4 of those guys should have laid one on them on those dates.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I mean, even when Adam and Shannon and Luann were all like walking in the same direction, when Adam and Shannon were going back to their room and Luann came up and Adam was between them and he said, I could take a little bit of each one of you and you'd make the perfect woman.
Yeah.
It was a little fucked up, wasn't it?
A little weird. Yeah,
that was
weird.
horrible. And it was so nonchalant. But then Shannon referenced it after he didn't kiss her. She's like, well, maybe I'm not enough of a woman for him, like Luann. But still.
How do you not feel that way when somebody just made that comment? Like, I don't want you just for you. I want half for you and half for her, basically.
And Shannon, definitely is not one to just take control of the situation. Like, she would never like make the move. Because I'm sitting there and watching the show going like, all right, so just bust over there, Shannon. Like, what are you doing?
No, she wouldn't do that.
Not her style.
She doesn't. No, she doesn't seem to be her style.
After that, though, she does say maybe it's time to move on from both. And I hope she sticks to that. I hope she sticks to that. And then we see Ashley and Ralph are kissing again. Mm-hmm. James is playing the guitar and singing to Luann. What were your thoughts about that?
He sings as good as her.
Yeah, it's not so good.
It's not great.
He can equally sing.
I mean, I wonder if he's co-starring in her cabaret show right now. No, she's not sharing the stage with anybody. We know that.
Yes. No.
I mean, not great. Not that I am.
Not great. No.
He's not.
No. I mean, it was cute. It was endearing.
It was cute. It was different. It was different, right?
Yeah.
It made him stand out.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm sure she loved it.
I'm sure she loved it.
Right. I mean, he was playing to the right audience. Let's put it that way.
Yes. Sure.
And Giselle was hanging out at the pool with Jay. I feel like they're just buddies. I feel like Giselle and Jay are just buddies.
Mm-hmm.
But, with that, like, that could be the start of something.
I know,
like,
but
they could vibe after that.
Yeah, they could. If he makes
it. You got to make a move, Jay.
Yeah.
Unless you really do just want to have a hot dad summer.
Yeah, maybe.
Your call, Jay.
That's right.
Shannon asks Earl to come have a talk with her. And it's elimination day. And she gives him a note. And he says he didn't see this coming.
So what's in this coming?
We don't know.
In the note? We don't know yet.
I'm asking
we
you
don't.
to.
I know.
What's in the note is that, I'm sorry, Earl, this is not going to work out.
But I'm sorry, Earl, you don't eat vegetables. I can't have it.
The vegetables were a deal breaker.
Yeah, that's what the note's
she doesn't owe him anything. She doesn't owe him anything.
No,
I
that
thought
was
it
her
was
Dear John letter.
Yes. Right. Yeah, so that was pretty much it, right?
It'll be vegetables with a big X through it and bye-bye.
I mean,
all this over vegetables.
He was actually crying. Like, he was sad. He was crying.
You got to, I think I think all of them would feel the same way. They don't wanna leave. Whether you're vibing with somebody or not, you're having a good time, you're on a show, the drinks are flowing, you're getting your meals cooked for you, you're on TV.
Yeah, on a
It's upsetting when you
tropical
have to go.
location. Yeah,
They
I
probably
get that.
b all thought that these women were ridiculous, but they liked being on the show.
That could be. Well, we're on episode 4. I don't know how many episodes we're gonna get, so we'll have to wait and see.
Mm.
It doesn't say. I tried to look it up a couple times.
So now does it from the coming well, this is so funny because I always say coming attractions also, and Dolores said it on 2 T's in a Pod, and Tamara made fun of her. On the previews for the next week, did it look like more like different guys were
Yes,
coming?
different guys.
Yes.
Yes.
So I like this premise, and I really hope that Bravo continues with this, with different housewives.
I do too.
Or different Bravo people.
Yeah, different Bravo Labs.
Yeah.
Well, they certainly need to pivot from the housewife deal.
I think that's what's happening. However, I mean, they always do this, but I am excited about Rhode Island.
I am too. But we have no idea when it's coming out. We didn't get a date. We didn't get a month. We have nothing. We don't
I know
even know
they're
what quarter it's
hyping it
coming
up.
out. I know. That's annoying to me.
So annoying because they're just going to keep saying how amazing it is because that's what Andy Cohen does. He always says every reunion's amazing, and it's not.
Yeah. I
So,
guess we'll just have to stay tuned.
well, yeah.
No, I don't think any of them are amazing.
They haven't been in a while. I mean, I don't even know if I had to pick a favorite Bravo show right now. I don't even know if I could. Atlanta's up there, though. Atlanta is up there.
I like Atlanta.
This is good. Love Hotel's good. I'm enjoying this.
I like Summer House still. I do still like Summer House. I know.
I like it, but I really, really think they need to
I think
clean
they need to
house
change it. I think they need to
and
change it
bring a
up.
younger crowd in.
I definitely think they need to change it up. I really would love to see a different show in New York City with some of the older Summer House people. I'd like to see Amanda in New York, Sierra in New York during the week. I'd like to see Kyle in New York during the week with his wife doing husband and wife things. I'd like to see not just partying on the weekends in the summer in the Hamptons. I'd like to see what's going on in their real lives in New York City.
So I think that that's what Summer House is. Summer House, the show, is young people partying on the weekends
Right.
in the Hamptons.
Like we'd have to
That's
call it
what
something else.
The show is not Kyle Cook.
Right. No,
So
it's definitely not Kyle.
I'm
It's
not a
definitely
fan of his. I don't I want him out of there. I want younger people at Summer House. But what you're saying would be a good segue to get them out of there, new young people in, and then give them something else. And
Right.
let
Give them
people
something
decide if they
else.
want to watch.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what
agree.
I mean. I don't necessarily want to see Kyle, but I like Amanda. And I feel like if we're going to get Amanda, we should get Kyle too, because they are married. Right.
Yeah, but I wonder, listen, it's
I guess we'll wait and see what the big announcement is.
let's see what the big announcement is.
All right. We're not going to talk
Amanda
about this. We're going to
came on
do,
the
you and I,
show
we're going to do a
as
separate show about Summer House
I know.
and the Valley. Because
But,
Lori
you know,
does
she
not
came
want
on
to
the
talk.
show as Kyle's booty call in the first season.
I know she did. And she
Kelly's
stuck
not
in there,
feeling it.
even after all
I'm
the
not
cheating.
feeling it because I really wonder if they would be together if it weren't for the show. I don't think they would.
Ah.
I think she stays with him because of the show.
All right. We'll save it for the next episode.
All right.
All right.
Until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please give us 5-star reviews and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.